Okay. Hi, Taurus. Welcome to this week's reading. Okay. I felt kind of silly because I realized that last week I was saying that this would be the last week of October. But I actually realized that there's still 4 more days of October left next week. So there's also still a couple days left in Libra season as well. I believe Scorpio season starts on the 23rd, which, if I have my information correct, is a Wednesday. But either way, small clarifications aside, this is the Bianco Nero Tarot by Marco Prieto. So sorry, I'm not the best at Italian, but I think this is a wonderful deck, and I think the black and white motif really suits the mood this week for Halloween. Setting up for Halloween next week, so okay. I should note that you got the Temperance card, which also came up in Aries reading. So I would suggest that if you have like an Aries sun or a moon or a rising or something, I would recommend looking at the Aries reading because you might be doing a lot of that Temperance work this week. So that's a lot of good energy here. Okay. Ooh. All right. So your overall energy, you got the Tower. Don't be afraid. I think that there's a lot of good energy here, like I said, especially with that Six of Wands. I feel like whatever sort of big, scary, negative energy that the Tower would have had to begin with is really tempered, for lack of a better word, with this Temperance card and the Six of Wands. I feel like you have a lot of mitigation in that realm. So whatever it is that's happening to you isn't going to be as bad as it otherwise could have been. However, with this Justice card in reverse, I'm under the impression that you're going to feel like whatever it is that's happening to you is unfair. I feel like you might be feeling oppressed with this Nine of Pentacles, because that, to me, usually the Nine of Pentacles is the single and ready to mingle card, and she looks powerful, she looks in her energy, and she looks independent. But I feel like with this Justice in reverse, that's how you want to feel, and that's how you think that you should feel, but you don't feel that way because there's something in your life that's holding you back. And I feel like that's why the Tower is here. It's here to yank whatever it is that's holding you back out of your life. So even though it might be unfair and it might feel like it's setting you back, I feel like in the long run, you're going to feel like, in the long run, it might be that you find another opportunity and you end up feeling this way of independent and having power and all of that. Because with this Six of Wands, I see that you're still seeing victory. No matter what it is with this Tower or this unfair element here, someone might be extra cold to you, someone might be super judgmental, whatever it is, like, it's not affecting you the way that it would possibly affect other people. It could be with this King of Cups that this person is a water sign. The King of Cups is adjacent to the Justice card, so it could be that a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio is sort of directly or indirectly causing you to feel pressured in some way or oppressed, or Like, you have to take on extra responsibilities that shouldn't be yours in the first place. And even though they're the king in this, I feel like they're not in their king energy, because the way he's sort of looking at her and she's walking away from this sort of tells me that whoever this king is acting really immature. And maybe they are the king because of the things that they have, but the way that they act is not like that. And the reason I bring up the things that they have is because I see that Seven of Pentacles and that Eight of Pentacles, which both talk about working and sort of reaping reaping the benefits of the things that you've sown in the past. And I feel like that's the point where you're at. You're at a point where you're becoming this super strong, independent, stable person. And maybe there was something in your life. Maybe this Tower card is in conjunction with the Justice, but happening in the past. So you're working away from whatever it was that knocked you off your feet. And now that you're back on your feet, this King of Cups guy might not like it as much. With the Chariot card, it could be a Cancer specifically, or it could be related to their car. Maybe you don't have, maybe like you were in a car accident or have lost your car, and now you're sort of like asking for someone for rides or whatever. But it doesn't matter, even if they have two horses with a car, or like two horses, which can mean like two cars or whatever. Like, I'm seeing you here with the Six of Wands on your own horse. So even if it's not a car, if it's like any other form of like stability, I see that you're really, that you're coming back. Like, you're really looking at this like King of Cups person and you're like, I don't need you if you're going to be this toxic element in my life. But I'm also getting a lot of like juggling, because with the Temperance card, the Justice card, and the Two of Pentacles, all those cards talk about balancing in some way or another. So this week you're really in your head space about, how do I balance this and that? Maybe with the Pentacles you're trying to balance your checkbook or your finances in some way. Maybe with the Justice card in reverse, someone or you are trying to maintain your like social status, or like there might be something in your friend circle that you're sort of feeling is extra unfair recently. With the Temperance, you might be trying to balance different aspects of your personality, because the Temperance card talks about blending fire and water, but not extinguishing the fire, receiving an extra, like achieving an extra element. And that's not something that we as humans have been able to do, but in the Fool's Journey, when he comes across this angel with the jars who's tempering the fire with water, she's able to do it. So I feel like whatever's going on here, this Ace of Swords and the Six of Wands together, right next to each other, adjacent, to me tells me that whatever it is, you're coming into a new space, right? So you had whatever is happening in the recent past, and it's whatever situation has been putting you down is crumbling. It could be that this is happening this week, so maybe this situation hasn't happened yet, but like as fast as it comes, it leaves, is what I'm getting. Especially since, you know, the Six of Wands talks about victory and like fastness. The Ace of Swords is also a fast new beginning. The Chariot is literally about movement, and in this King of Cups, which could be like less than beneficial for you, there's a ship right in the background, so it almost feels like as soon as he comes, there's another ship for one of you to leave, and it just feels like whatever it is that's going on, not only do you have full control over it, but like that's where you're heading. Like, even if you don't have control over it, it's like one of those things where I'm getting that you're not like, it's weird, because let's say the other person doesn't think you have full control, but you actually do. And if you don't think that you have full control, then the other person is like afraid at how much control you actually have. So like for some of you, it might be different. For some of you, it could be the A or it could be the option B. I just think like whatever it is that's happening, believe in yourself, believe in your stability, believe in what you've built for yourself, regardless of how unfair it might be or it might seem. Because with this Ace of Swords and the Six of Wands, like you're definitely going to see positive outcomes as long as you sort of believe in yourself and manifest that you can. But yeah, so just like in summary, my biggest advice for this week is like believe in yourself and view yourself as this strong, powerful woman who is independent and doesn't need to depend on anyone else, and is capable of growing her own food with the Seven of Pentacles, and is capable of making her own income with the Eight of Pentacles, and, you know, is stable. But that was your reading for this week. I hope that you enjoyed. And if you did, please consider leaving a like or a comment because it really helps out the channel, and I'd love to know if the reading resonated with you. If you'd like to stick around, please subscribe and tune in next Monday because that's when I upload that week's readings. So I sincerely hope to see you guys next week. And I just looked at my watch, or at the timer on the video, and it said 11:11. So that's a great note to go out on.